Hello, this is Cesar. The following video should not be considered tax advice. Everybody is special when it comes to tax. If you have a tax question, please reach out to me by email, by phone, or to my website. When you go to my site, you can book online. I offer 30 minutes at no charge. And you go to the calendar and then you pick a date, whatever, let's say morning. Go next. You fill out your information, name, last name, okay. Street, you can make one up if you don't want to give me the street. And then you can write your message here. When do I have to file? Okay, what's that? This field has to be a valid. Oh, it's a mail address. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna do it completely because somebody may actually have an email like this, so I don't want. But you enter your information and then you book it, and you may have to click confirm again, and then I get a message that you have booked me. And if there is a problem with my schedule, I will let you know. But please enter, all your information. If you live in another country, then you click here where you live, Spain or whatever. And then you have a free 30 minutes appointment with me. So I am an enrolled agent licensed with the IRS. I have been helping US expats file their taxes for over 5 years, and I have been doing taxes in generally since 2006. Today I'm going to talk about why it is important for all expats, US expats, to file an extension to file the tax return. And now all of this is in context. First, most expats do not get their local tax return done before April 15. I don't know if you live in Spain, Germany, Italy, what have you, you might not be able to get your tax return done until, I don't know, May, June, whatever. You may also have to file other returns besides your tax return. Maybe you have a partnership or a company. So that means that you cannot meet the deadline of April 17. And even though expats have a deadline of June 15, the IRS has been having problems dealing with all of these dates because they are overwhelmed. COVID threw a wrench in the system. They were sent home. Their computers are outdated. And even though you might be fine filing your taxes on June 2nd, their system might not know that, or maybe you didn't click a checkbox in your return, or your CPA or the tax software you're using, something happened. So you don't want to deal with letters from the IRS because they think you file late, even though you are allowed until June 15. So to erase any of those problems, when you file an extension as an expat, you have until October 15. And if you really need more time, you can apply for another extension to December 15. So if you are an expat, I highly recommend you file an extension. I will be filing extension for all my clients. If you want me to file an extension for you, get in touch and I take care of that. So last year taxes were a nightmare, as many of you might know. Reaching the IRS is tough, and they say that this year is going to be even worse because they are buried in paperwork. Usually they start the season with 1 million unprocessed returns. They are starting this season with 6 million unprocessed returns. Plus, they are still catching up with other things. So not only they are behind, they have a monumental task this time dealing with advanced child tax credit, COVID-related issues, etc., etc. So this, I'm showing an article that says this. So this is not something I made up. The taxpayer advocate is saying that. Okay, so that's one thing. Another reason for the the reason why you should file an extension as an expat is that if you have a child in 2021, to claim benefits for that child in your tax return, you have to get a social security number before the due date of the return. And what I'm showing you right now is the Internal Revenue Code section 24. And it says it right here, okay? Taxpayer identification number was issued on or before the due date for filing such return. So if you don't file so let's say you don't file an extension and you get your child social security on May 1st, you file a tax return. Technically, you have until June 15 as an expat to file. The IRS system might not know that. So they might reject your claim for refund because of your child, because they think that you got the social security late. All right. Now it is also in publication 972, is child tax credit before. And it says it's right here again. This is probably what most of you read. If you read any tax paper at all, generally people don't read the Internal Revenue Code. But it says right here that, see, okay, so this is for 2020, but it will apply for 2021 also. So, or ITIN issue on or before the due date of the return, including extension. So this is why you have to file the extension, so that you're still able to claim this benefit. So I show you the background that they're going to be buried, the Internal Revenue Code, and the IRS publication. Okay, and I also show you how to can get in touch with me, Cesar@CesarTax.com, my email, my phone. So you have the information you need. If you don't do it, it's because it's up to you. Now, you can file an extension with a preparer like myself or your current CPA. You might be able to do it through a do-it-yourself software, although I heard that sometimes it's hard. The software may have some bugs. You may have to enter your last year AGI. If your last year return hasn't been processed, it might not work. And I'm not saying that. I know that that sounds self-serving, because that means that you might have to use somebody like me. And it is, but it is also the truth. However, if you want to risk filing a paper extension, you can go to Google or IRS and Google Form 4868. And if you don't file with me, with another preparer, or by yourself electronically with a do-it-yourself software, at least send this. The instructions are here. It's very easy to file your name, your social, and so on. And there are addresses where you're supposed to send it. If you are in a foreign country, then you need to use this address right here. You're not making a payment, so you send it here. However, for something that you meant to be considered filed on time, you have to use a private delivery service. So Google private delivery service, and then you will see a list of DHL, FedEx, and UPS services. You have to use one of the services here. The address on the form is Austin, Texas. So we need to find which address to send it to, and Austin, Texas is right here. So I recommend that you reach out to someone like me to e-file your extension. But if you want to paper file it, use Form 4868. And if you are from outside the United States, you have to use a private delivery service. And I'm showing you how you can find all this information yourself. And you need to send it to this address. Because if you use UPS, you might not just write this address here. The private delivery services you use may ask you for a phone number. You can use, you can use this one here. It's just so that they can fill out your shipping label. you can use 267-941-1000 or any other IRS phone number you find. But if you have any questions, I have given you plenty of information. And please like the video, subscribe to the channel, share this information with somebody you think might benefit from it, and good luck. Hopefully it's not going to be as bad as they say it's going to be.